Welcome back to SSP's online training for first-time adult counselors. Let's take a look at SSP safety and community building policies as well as expectations of adult counselors.
Before anyone leaves for the worksite on Monday morning, the staff will give a presentation about safety at the worksite. Work teams will then rotate through stations where the staff will teach the youth how to use power tools. The hands-on safety presentation allows volunteers to gain experience using tools in a safe place before starting on a work project. For some, this may be the first time that they've ever held a power tool. It also provides youth working on a painting project to gain experience using power tools that they may not use on their project.
Sierra Service Project is committed to creating and maintaining safe environments for youth, our staff, and adult volunteers. This responsibility includes maintaining an environment in which youth are protected from emotional, physical, and sexual exploitation or harassment of any kind. Over the years, SSP has developed a set of policies and practices aimed at maintaining a safe environment and reducing risk to participants and staff. Our policies are in line with safe sanctuary practices found at most churches. You have several of these policies listed in your handout. Please contact the office with any questions you have about these. It is an honor and joy to be selected by your group to serve as an SSP adult counselor. We look forward to working with you. Please follow along with me on your handout as we go through the safety policies. These are vital to a successful SSP experience and very important for you to be conscious of as you prepare for your trip. It is the responsibility of participating groups to select mature, committed, and responsible adults to accompany their youth on their SSP trip. SSP will enforce the following policies in regards to adult volunteers working with youth. Adult counselors must be 23 years or older, unless specifically approved by the SSP office. Anyone under 23 years old who has been approved to attend will not be allowed to transport youth during their time at SSP. Adult counselors must also have completed a criminal background screening within 2 years of the SSP program they attend. Individuals convicted of violent crimes, sexual crimes, serious drug offenses, or crimes involving children will not be allowed to participate. Adult counselors should carefully review SSP's expectations and policies with the other adults in their group before arriving. And finally, at the beginning of each week at SSP, adult counselors are given a presentation on SSP's non-harassment policy and our safe behavior policy. Let's talk about SSP's open space rule. To eliminate any situations where abuse may be possible, as well as situations that may make an allegation of abuse possible, the following rules must be adhered to at SSP. Any small group gathering should always take place in an open area that is clearly visible to people not involved in the activity. This especially includes private conversations between one youth and one adult. You should also follow the rule of threes. This states that a single adult, whether that is an SSP staffer or adult counselor, must not transport a single youth without another youth or adult present. Youth and adult counselors are required to sleep in different areas, separated by gender. At some sites, this might mean that everyone sleeps in a large room with a dividing space down the middle. Some of our sites use community showers, such as a YMCA facility or school gym for our volunteers. Arrangements are made so that youth and adults do not share these showers. Appropriate and loving physical contact is vital to a young person's development. Many youth often go without this kind of affirming contact in their day-to-day lives, and therefore we encourage it at SSP. Some examples of appropriate physical contact between adults and youth are shaking hands, high fives, sideways shoulder hugs, touching the back, arms, hands, and elbows, hugging that is loose, meaning touching shoulders, not chests or hips. We also want you to be aware of what kind of physical contact is inappropriate between youth and adults. The following behaviors can often be offensive and lead to misunderstandings. For example, touching on the chest, legs, or behind, butt slapping, lap sitting, kissing, patting on the head, or any type of contact the individual has expressed any discomfort with. These rules apply regardless of the genders involved. Any instances of misconduct should be relayed to the site director as soon as possible. Please don't hesitate to contact our office with any questions.
On the next page of your handout, you will find SSP's Goals for Healthy Eating. Let's take a look at these 2 pages to learn about SSP's Healthy Bodies, Healthy Souls policy. Cooking for 65 people is very challenging. Cooking for 65 teenagers and adults who've been working all day is even more so. The kitchens at our sites vary from small kitchens not larger than a household kitchen to large kitchens outfitted for serving meals to large groups. Menus change from site to site based on what items are available to our food service coordinators at each location. Our goal is healthy eating for the week, so we strongly discourage providing junk food. Since SSP is an experience of living in a community where people often have less than we do, our food is respectively simple. Our food service coordinators, or FSCs, strive to offer plenty nutritious and tasty food, prepared and given out of love. We try to accommodate everyone with special dietary needs, so please contact the site director beforehand with any special dietary needs prior to your arrival. That way, the FSCs can do all necessary shopping. We will have vegetarian options at every meal. Helping out in the kitchen is encouraged. SSP kitchens are a place for creating great food with lots of love and laughs. The intention of the steps we're taking at SSP in our food program is to continue the trend we are seeing in many schools and camps nationwide to promote healthy diets for all youth. As we all know, the consumption of junk food has exploded in the past decade. Those of us who work with teenagers know that food is an important part of their lives. Taking care of our bodies at SSP goes hand in hand with using our bodies to serve others. It's not our goal to deny participants any sweet treats during the week. SSP has some traditional yummy goodies such as homemade cookies, Otter Pops on a hot afternoon, and root beer floats.
If you turn to the back of the handout, I'd like to look at each of the steps. Each afternoon, during free time, the SSP staff provides a healthy array of snack foods for all counselors and campers. This consists of things like fresh fruit, cheese sticks, crackers, trail mix, carrots with ranch dressing, and others. Work groups will be asked by the site directors not to make stops to purchase snacks at local markets during their trips to and from the work sites and showers. Rewarding kids with sweets and junk food for hard work or for reaching a goal sets up a habit that is hard to break and creates bad feelings when one work team does it and the others don't. Church groups will be asked not to arrive at SSP with large quantities of junk food in their vans. Food is not allowed in the sleeping areas for hygiene purposes and to prevent rodent problems. Churches that arrive with junk food will be encouraged to box it up for the trip home. Junk food will not be left in the vans during the week. We request that SSP liaisons encourage parents not to send care packages containing low nutritious food to their campers. Care packages are very welcome, but should contain healthy snacks like granola bars, mixed nuts, and fruit snacks, for instance. Groups will be asked to eat these during afternoon snack time or take them out to the worksite for lunch and snacks. SSP chefs will provide good food in ample quantities for both breakfast and dinner and will be happy to make more if people are still hungry. Traditional SSP lunches consist of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and are augmented with fresh fruit where it's available and some salty snacks to help replace sodium that is lost through sweating. This simple meal and lunchtime is a good time to reflect on how blessed we are to have food and to be eating meal with friends. What are we asking you to do? Some of you are the liaisons for your group, so we are looking to you to make sure that the youth and adults are aware of what to expect on the SSP menu for the week. It works out well that others are counselors, so that you can be fully aware of our plan and can help the liaisons to communicate the information and support it. We are asking adult counselors to do the following. Explain the expectations to your youth and to their parents. Explain the reasoning behind our strong commitment to healthy eating. Work to see that your church team can support what we are trying to do. Ask them to support it with good humor and grace. It's only for a week. Many churches have asked if they can bring sports drinks such as Gatorade to have on the worksite. Absolutely. We are asking you to bring Gatorade powder for work teams to use in their water jugs. Most jugs are 5 gallons and the standard 1-pound canister of powder works great. Please do not bring individual plastic bottles. Please try to bring 2 5-gallon water jugs for each vehicle so we can send out both sports drinks and water.
SSP is all about creating community, whether that community is with our fellow volunteers or the people that we have come to serve. We are guests of the local community and facility where we stay. We want to maintain SSP's great reputation in these host communities so that we will be invited back to serve as long as there is a need. Living in a community of 50 to 70 people means that everyone has to make sacrifices in the interest of the community. It means that everyone is expected to participate in all activities and be on time. These guidelines help us support one another so that all SSP participants can focus more on God and service and less on our individual desires. A very important part of this is the dress code. The intention of the SSP dress code is to prevent clothing or lack of clothing to become a distraction to any of our daily community activities. Be respectful and reflective of dress standards in our host communities, which may be more conservative than our own. And finally, it ensures that everyone brings and wears the proper clothing so that staff and counselors don't have to confront individuals about how they are dressed. We expect that everyone will honor the dress code when participating in all scheduled community activities each day. Guidelines for dress. Sleeveless tops, tank tops, halter tops, half or crop tops are not allowed during the day. Tank tops and shorts are acceptable for sleeping, but participants must be fully clothed for evening worship. Clothing must not display slogans or artwork which include alcohol, tobacco, or obscenities. No short shorts. Shorts must be mid-thigh length or longer. Thrift store jeans cut off at mid-thigh work great. Groups can decorate them with permanent markers for pre-trip fun. Pants must not sag or sit below the waistline, exposing undergarments. Skirts must fall to the knee. Skirts are not allowed at the worksite and are discouraged in the evening because participants spend much of the time either running around or sitting on the floor. Dress code during the workday. Closed-toe shoes, like work boots or tennis shoes, must be worn at the worksite. No sandals or open-toed shoes. Long pants are not required at the worksite, but are generally more comfortable when sitting on roofs or the ground. Hats and bandanas are good protection from the sun. What not to bring. Tobacco, alcohol, firearms, illegal drugs, and pyrotechnics are strictly forbidden at SSP. Electronic gadgets other than cameras are also not allowed. This includes cell phones, laptop computers, tablets, MP3 players like iPods, and handheld video game consoles. These devices encourage volunteers to isolate themselves rather than become part of the community we are trying to form. Each day, work teams will be assigned a community service opportunity. These include kitchen patrol, or KP, before and after each meal, and bathroom patrol, or BP, twice daily. Everyone is expected to help with these chores, which are assigned on a rotating basis to work teams. Hygiene is very important at SSP, so there are specific instructions on how to do all of these jobs. Frequent hand washing is also a tradition at SSP that will help keep everyone healthy.
As part of the paperwork submitted for the summer, youth, parents, and adult counselors are asked to sign covenants agreeing to fully partake in the SSP community. In our fast-paced lives, it is easy to overlook the things we sign, but all parties who sign this covenant are responsible for their acknowledgement of SSP's dress code, electronics, healthy bodies, safety, and hygiene policies. Group liaisons are responsible for making sure youth and adult leaders complete this in advance of the summer.
Tuesday night is traditionally our culture night. Members of the host tribe or community come to share about the history and culture of their tribe or community area. They also share stories about the current happenings on the reservations or in the city. It is a wonderful opportunity for our guests to share with us and is a true gift for us to learn from them. Each tribe has a different way of bringing us their story. Some nights the guests are singers and dancers. Some bring handmade crafts and foods. Some teach the group words or songs in their native language. There is always time for questions and answers. The interaction between work teams and the homeowner can vary from site to site. Some homeowners work during the day and others are mostly at home. You are encouraged to take time to visit with the homeowner during the day. Our presence there is as much a gift as the work we do on their homes. Please feel free to share in any food that is offered. This is a way for our hosts to show their appreciation. Homeowners are welcome to join us for dinner. Talk with the site director for more information.
On the next page, you will find what SSP expects of adult counselors. I've walked through a lot of materials, so I hope that by now you have a good understanding of what you can expect from SSP. Now, let's discuss what we are counting on you to do as adult counselors. I've talked about most of the direct situations that counselor expectations relate to, so these should be pretty straightforward. Let's take a look at the handout. Counselors are an essential part of the SSP experience. They transport campers, assist with all site activities, and serve as role models to both campers and staff. Above all, the adult counselors are expected to work closely with the SSP staff members to create an environment of trust and mutual respect. The SSP staff members have been trained and are experienced in SSP policies and procedures. Counselors are expected to model good communication skills and help work out conflicts quickly and without drama, discuss problems with the site director rather than participate in divisive discussions with youth or other adults, keep the youth positive when things aren't going as planned, set an example by adhering to and enforcing the dress code, healthy bodies policy, and the other rules presented by the staff. Be present for the entire week. Youth and counselors are not allowed to arrive late or leave early. Participate in all activities, including singing, housekeeping duties, and all other program activities, and help your youth to be involved as well. Take responsibility for the youth from your church, being sure that they uphold the rules and policies as well. Be sure that youth are not skipping meals and are getting to sleep at night. Participate on the work site in a way that is leader appropriate, ensuring that all youth assigned to your work team are part of the action. Build self-esteem through affirmation and praise and refrain from put-downs. Ensure the safety of the youth under your care at all times. Do not carry more passengers in a vehicle than it is designed to carry, and make certain that you do not drive away in a vehicle until everyone is secured by a seatbelt. Obey the speed limits. Refrain from sexual harassment, abusive language or behavior, and discrimination. This includes profanity, suggestive or crude hand gestures, and off-color jokes or comments. Assist SSP staff by policing youth on this as well. Be appropriate in all physical contact with youth. Examples of inappropriate behavior are hitting, spanking, pinching, lap sitting, laying on or being laid upon, resting your head in a youth's lap, or vice versa. Remember that youth in your own church group may be used to more physical contact than youth from other groups. Respect personal space boundaries. This is as much for your protection as for theirs.
To sum up your training, we have put together a list of tips on how to make the most of your SSP trip this summer. If you keep these in mind, you'll be more than ready for a transformative service experience. Promote a positive and affirming environment for all. Our goal is for every member of the SSP community to feel welcomed, valued, and appreciated. Communicate openly with and support SSP staff. Having staff and adult counselors on the same page about policies, plans, and expectations during the week is key to modeling healthy adult communication for youth volunteers. Model respect for the host community. We are grateful to be invited to work in each of our sites, many of which we have served for multiple years. As representatives of SSP, each volunteer has an opportunity to extend respect and love, display cultural humility, and learn something new from our hosts. Set the example by being fully engaged in SSP activities. Youth will take cues from the adults serving alongside them. Sometimes all that's needed for them to be comfortable and engaged in new activities is watching an adult they trust fully participating. Be fully present with youth. Teens bring a number of fears, challenges, and questions into the SSP week. By being a safe person who is attentive to their needs, you may play a big part in their growth and self-confidence. Empower youth volunteers to challenge themselves. This will be the first time many youth at your SSP week have a chance to safely grow past their comfort zone. Help our staff facilitate an environment where this is possible. Invite discovery of new perspectives, recognizing that all members of the SSP community have their own unique journey. Everyone will come to SSP with a different starting point and story, and that is something to celebrate. Take care of your individual needs and share how others can support you. This goes back to keeping communication very open. The better your needs are taken care of, the easier it will be for you to support youth, other adults, and staff. Remember, we're all in this together. Stay flexible and extend grace. At SSP, there are many moving parts, and things may not always go as planned. If plans change, remember to work together and support one another. And finally, when in doubt, keep the SSP mission in mind. Build faith, strengthen community, and serve others.
To learn more about the site you will be attending this summer, please visit our website for site-specific details. We also post frequently to our Facebook page and Instagram account.
I would like to take this opportunity to say that SSP is not an adventure that is right for everyone. Hopefully, I've been able to give you a very good idea of what to expect. Now, you need to prayerfully consider whether SSP is an opportunity that is appropriate for you. And if you should decide it isn't, please don't feel bad about that decision. Please don't hesitate to call or email our office with any questions following this training. Thank you for participating in online counselor training and for helping SSP provide a quality, enriching, spiritual growth experience for youth. The whole SSP experience depends on all of its participants being in partnership with one another. By your participating in training, we have begun to build a solid foundation for a terrific spirit-filled project experience for all. Thank you and see you at site.